1918-2, calling back at Wall Street.
1918-2, train at Wall Street, that is a copy. You may close down. Your next callback will be Park Place.
That's a copy.
And Bronx Tower, good evening. This is down 1945 Wilshire, South Ferry, at 242nd, calling for radio check.
1945 1 train, radio checks loud and clear.
$1903 train calling back at Chambers Street, punching for the local.
1903 Chambers, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 14th Street.
Copy.
1910 is at 14th.
1910-2 train, 14th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback, Times Square, 42nd.
Copy Times Square.
1945 1 train, requesting a departure out of South Ferry.
1945 1 train, get part South Ferry. Your next callback, Chambers.
South Chambers.
Nineteen 18-2 train, I'm updating your callback. Your callback is now Chambers.
That's a copy. Nineteen 18-2, calling back at Chambers Street, punch for the local.
1918-2 Chambers, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Houston Street.
Copy for Houston Street.
1945 1 train coming back at Chambers, pushing over that wall.
1945 1 train at Chambers, that is a copy. I'm holding you there for 45 seconds.
Understand.
1945 1 train, you can depart Chambers. Your next callback will be Canal Street.
Time for Canal.
Nineteen ten is at 42nd.
1910 2 train, Times Square 42nd, that is a copy. Your next callback 72nd.
Copy 72nd.
1951-1 is ready to depart out of South Ferry.
1951 1 train may depart South Ferry. Next callback will be Chambers Street.
Copy.
Nineteen eighteen two, calling back at Houston Street.
1918 2 at Houston, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 14th Street.
Let's copy.
Nineteen hundred three train, calling back at 14th Street.
1903 14th, that is a copy. Your next callback Times Square 42nd.
Copy for Times Square.
Nineteen 45 1 train coming back at Canal.
1945 1 train, Canal Street, that is a copy. Your next callback 14th Street.
Time for the 14th.
Nineteen eighteen two, calling back at 14th, punching for the local.
1918 2 at 14th, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 34th Street, Penn Station.
Let's copy.
2 train calling in at Clark Street.
262 Clark, that is a cop. Your next callback, Wall Street.
Copy for all.
Calling back at Chambers.
1851 one train Chambers, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Houseman.
Copy.
Nineteen ten is at 72nd.
10272nd, that is a copy. Your next callback, 96.
Copy 96.
Hello? (1957-1) South Ferry 242nd radio check.
1957 one train radio checks loud and clear.
Tower.
$45 one train calling back 14th 7.
45 one train at 14th, that is a copy. Your next callback, 34th Street, Penn Station.
Turn forward 35th.
Just really quickly, 1957-1, can I quickly go use the bathroom? I'll be really quick.
Okay, sure.
Alright, send.
$19.26 is at Wall Street.
26 2 train Wall Street, that is a copy. Your next callback, Chambers.
Copy for Chambers Street.
Okay, I'm back. 1957-1, South Ferry 242nd, Crescent Line Auto, South Ferry.
1957 1, you may depart South Ferry. Your next callback, Chambers.
Tower.
51 is at Houston.
1951 one train Houston, as a copy. Your next callback, 14th Street.
Copy.
1903 train calling back at Times Square 42nd Street.
1903 Times Square, as a copy. Your next callback, 72nd.
Copy for 72nd.
$19.18.2 calling back at 34th Street, Penn Station.
18-2 at Penn Station, that is a copy. You proceed to your next stop, Times Square 42nd.
That's got it.
Calling back at 14th Street.
1951-1 train at 14th Street. That is a copy. Your next callback, 34th Street, Penn Station.
Copy.
1918-2, calling back at Times Square, 42nd.
1982 at Times Square, 42nd. That is a copy. Your next callback will be 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
That's a copy.
One train coming back 35th Park.
45-1 at Penn Station. That is a copy. Proceed to your next stop, Times Square, 42nd.
Time for Times Square.
There's a 1957-1 South Ferry 242nd. Call back at Chambers Street, Metro Local. $1957-1.
1957-1. That is a copy. You're holding for the 1926-2 train.
Stop what?
This is the 1910-2 at 96th Street.
1910-2 at 96. That is a copy. Push 4, Lenox Avenue. Line up your next callback to your next stop, Central Park North.
1926 calling in at Chambers.
1926-2 train, Chambers as a copy connections house with you in the 1957-1 train. 1926-2, you have the longer route, therefore you have priority. Push for the local. Your next callback will be Houston Street.
Copy for Houston.
1957-1 train, you're holding at Chambers.
Stop what?
34-2 is at Clark.
1934-2 at Clark, that is a copy. Proceed to your next stop, Wall Street.
Copy.
1945 one train coming back Times Square.
5-1 at Times Square, that is a copy. I'm holding you there for a minute.
Fox, requesting line up out of South Ferry.
3-1, you may depart South Ferry. Your next callback is WTC Courtlandt.
Report.
1918-2, calling back at 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
1982 train at Columbus Circle, that is a copy. I'm holding you there for a minute.
That's a copy.
1951-1 is at 34th Street, Penn Station.
1951-1 train at Penn Station, that is a copy. You're holding for a minute.
Copy.
Okay, 1945-1 train holding in Times Square, 42nd. You may proceed. Your next callback is 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
Time for Columbus.
1957-1 train holding at Chambers. You may depart. Your next callback will be Canal Street.
1903 train, calling back at 72nd.
1918-2 train holding at Columbus Circle. You may depart. Your next callback 72nd.
That's good.
1903 at 72nd. Your next callback is 96.
Copy.
Wait, 1951 can proceed. Oh,
1951, 1 train can proceed out of 34th Street, Penn Station. Your next callback will be 50th Street.
all right. Copy for 50th.
Two train calling back at Clark Street. 1934-2 is that? I'm pretty sure this is Wall Street. Yeah, Wall.
1934-2 at Wall Street, that is a copy. Your next callback is Chambers.
Copy.
1942, if you're trying to say something, I can't hear you.
Oh,
This is the 1910-2 at 110.
1910-2 Central Park North, that is a copy. Your next callback is 135th Street.
Copy 135.
Calling back Clark Street, 1942.
That's a copy of 1942 for Clark. Your next callback is your next stop, Wall Street.
Wall Street, copy.
1926 Courtlandt at Houston.
62 at Houston, that is a copy. Your next callback is 14th Street.
Copy 14.
031 is at Courtlandt.
Train WTC Courtlandt, proceed to your next stop, Chambers.
This is 1957-1 calling back a canal.
1957-1 Canal, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Christopher Street.
Stand for it.
1945, one train calling back 5
1945 1 train 59th Street Columbus Circle as a copy. Your next callback 72nd Street.
Copy 7-2.
1918-2 calling back at 72nd Street.
1982 at 72nd as a copy. Your next callback is 86th Street.
Copy 86.
Calling back at 50th Street.
And the 1951 train, that is a copy. Your next callback 66th Street, Lincoln Center.
Copy for Lincoln Center.
Leaving Manhattan. That's the 2009. One train I was up here.
2009 1 train, radio checks loud and clear.
Oh, 31 is at Chambers.
1 Chambers Street, that is a copy. You may depart. Your next callback will be Houston.
Stand for it.
$1903 train calling back at 96th Street.
396, that is a copy. Your next callback will be your next stop, Central Park North.
Copy.
1942 train calling back at Wall Street.
42-2 train at Wall Street, that is a copy. Your next callback is Chambers. 2009
Chambers, copy.
2009 1 train, you can depart South Ferry. Your next callback is also Chambers.
1957 1 calling back Christopher Street.
1957 1 at Christopher, that is a copy. I'm holding you there for 45 seconds. Train
19
callback at 14th.
1926 is at 14th Street.
14th for 1926 2, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Times Square 42nd.
Copy time.
1945, one train calling back at 7-2.
1945 1 at 72nd, that is a copy. Your next callback 86.
Time for 86.
1951 1 is at 66th Street, Lincoln Center.
51 1 train at Lincoln Center, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 79th Street.
Copy.
1910-2 is at 135.
Alright, 1934 2 train at Chambers, you can push for the local. Your next callback will be Canal Street. 1910 2 train 135, push for Bronx Line. For your next callback is 3rd Avenue 149.
Copy 3rd Ave.
1918-2 calling back at 86.
1918 2 train 86, that is a copy. Your next callback is your next stop, 96th Street.
That's a copy.
1957 1 train holding at Christopher Street. Proceed, your next callback will be 28th Street.
Stand for it.
1934-2 is at Chambers.
34-2 Chambers, that is a copy. Your next call back, Canal Street.
Copy.
Oh, 3-1 Houston.
3-1 train at Houston, that is a copy. Your next call back is 14th Street.
Dunbar.
$1903 train calling back at Central Park North, 110th Street.
3 is Central Park North, that is a copy. Your next call back is 135th Street.
Copy for 135.
Calling back at 79th Street.
79 for the 1951-1 train, that is a copy. Please hold to the train from you heading to 86.
Copy.
1918-2, calling back at 96, punch for Lennox.
1982 at 96, that is a copy. Your next call back is your next stop, Central Park North.
That's a copy.
1945 1 train calling back at 86.
1945-1 train 86, that is a copy. Your next call back is your next stop, 96th Street.
10496.
Train calling back at Chambers Street.
1942-2 train at Chambers, that is a copy. Please hold. There's traffic in front of you on the local track.
Copy, hold.
Chambers Street for 21.
29-1 at Chambers, that is a copy. Connection stops with the 1942-2 train. 1942-2 train, you have the priority. You may proceed. Your next callback will be Canal Street.
1910-2 is at 3rd Ave.
309-1 train, you're holding at Chambers. 1910-2 train, 3rd Avenue, 149, that is copy. Towards the local lineup, you have full lineup to East 180th. Call back there.
Copy East 180.
Oh, 3-1 is at 14.
031 train at 14th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 23rd Street.
Dunbar.
1945 1 train calling back at 96.
1945-1 train at 96th Street, that is a copy. Push for the Broadway lineup. Your next callback will be 137th Street, City College.
Copy 137 City College.
1957-01.
1951-1 train holding at 79th Street. You may proceed. Your next callback 96.
Copy.
1957-1 train at 28th, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Times Square, 42nd.
Number.
1934-2 is at Canal.
1934-2 Canal, that is a copy. Your next callback 14th Street.
Copy.
Times Square 42nd trip to 1926.
162 at Times Square, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 72nd.
Copy for 72nd.
1918-2 is at Central Park North 110.
1982 at Central Park North, that is a copy. Your next callback is 135.
Copy for 135.
Nineteen hundred three train calling back at 135, punching for the Harlem lineup.
1903, that is a copy for 135. Your next callback is your last stop, Harlem 148.
Copy.
What's the season 29 subway at Chambers?
9-1 train, you may proceed out of Chambers. Your next callback is your next stop, Franklin Street.
1942 train calling back at Canal Street.
1942 2 train, Canal Street, that is a copy. Your next callback, Christopher Street, Sheridan Square.
Christopher Street, copy.
1951 is a chamber. I mean, 96.
1951 1 train, 96, that is a copy. Push for the Broadway lineup. Your next callback is 137th Street, City College.
Copy that.
(1957) South Ferry 242nd, calling at 42nd Street.
57-1 train at Times Square, 42nd, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
It's time for
Franklin Street.
2009 1 train at Franklin, that is a copy. Your next callback is Houston Street.
Jump over Houston.
Oh, 3-1 is at 34th Street, Penn Station.
Station, that is a copy. Your next callback will be your next stop, Times Square, 42nd.
Of our.
(84-2) is at 14.
42 train 14th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback is 34th Street, Penn Station.
Copy.
Oh, 3-1 is at 42nd Street.
3-1 train, Times Square, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 59th Street, Columbus Circle.
Of our.
1903 train headed at Harlem 148, track 1.
Your 3 train, Harlem 148, track 1, that is discharge your passengers. Terminal train, thank you for
That's a 10-4.
1918-2 calling back at 135, punching for Bronx.
1982, that's a copy for 135. Your next callback is 3rd Avenue, 149.
That's a copy.
This is 1957 1 South Ferry 247, calling at 59th Columbus Circle.
1957 1 train, Columbus Circle, that is a copy. Your next callback will be your next stop, 66th Street, Lincoln Center.
Time for it.
1942 2 train calling back at Christopher Street.
Christopher Street for the 1942 2 train, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 23rd Street.
23rd Street, copy.
Houston Street.
Houston 2009-1, that is a copy. Your next callback is 14th Street. 14th Street.
1957-1, calling back at 66th Street, Lincoln Center.
1926. Call back 72nd. Jesus.
1926-2 train 72nd as a cop. Your next callback will be 96.
Copy.
57-1 train at Lincoln Center. Your next callback is 79th Street.
Time for it.
Dispatch.
At 34.
So my game is disposed, but disposed is not moving at all.
What's your current location?
I'm at 18th Street.
Okay, give me a second.
1940.
1942 Alright, hold on. 1945, 1 train, 137th Street, City College. Your next callback, 168.
Copy 168.
1942, 2 train, what is your current location?
14.
As a copy, hold there. 2009 at
Holding copy.
current location. 2091 train with your current location. 2091 train, I need your
You said
location.
20. You said 2009. You said 2009.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm arriving at 14th Street. Like at least 30
Hold at
seconds.
your current location, hold the current location.
Oh, 3-1 is
to
at
hold
5-9.
outside of wait. Hold on. You want to
Yes, hold outside
of
14th
14th Street.
Yes.
3-1 is at 5-9.
I'm the circle for the 2003, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 72nd.
It's on 1. It's on 4.
Alright, 1934 2 train.
Hold on outside.
1934 2 train, has your game unfrozen yet?
My game just crashed.
Okay, then reload at 34.
Copy.
Calling back at 137th Street, City College.
1 train at City College, that is a copy. Your next callback will be 157th Street.
Copy for 157.
1918-2, calling back at 3rd Avenue, 149 Punch for White Plains Road local.
149 for the 1918 2 train, that is a copy. A full line up to East 180th, callback there.
That's a copy.
Dispatch, coming to the 45 entry.
Go ahead, 45.
When I close my doors at 157th Street, I'm currently at 157th Street. My train is not moving.
Try opening and closing again. Does it change anything?
You have to jump to the location that you're currently at. That's how the routes. I don't know, the routes like that.
Train's still not moving.
Okay, then try re-jumping to 157 and see if it'll let you move from there.
Tough.
Okay, 1951.
RCC, is that
train.
2009 still hold outside?
Hold on, 1951 1 train. Please hold at 145.
Copy.
1957-1.
You said to jump
Please,
to
12-1, please, 12-1. 2009, yes, you're still holding outside of 14th. There is an issue with a train in front of you. Those are in the 18th Street area. 1945, go ahead.
You said to jump to 157?
Re-jump to 157, see if it lets you proceed.
1957-1, calling out 79th.
1957-1 at 79th Street, that is a copy. Proceed to 86.
Time for it.
Oh, 3-1 is at 72nd.
2003 1 train at 72nd, that is a copy. Proceed to 79th Street.
10-4 for 79.
Be advised, dispatch 45 1 train. We're moving out of 157 now.
That's a copy. 1945-1, your callback is still 168.
Time for 168.
1910 train is at East 180th.
1910 2 train East 180th has a copy. Push for White Plains Road. Local line of your next callback is Gun Hill Road.
Copy, Gun Hill.
1951 1 train, you may proceed. Your next callback is 157.
Copy.
1934 2 train, is your game reloaded yet?
It just crashed again.
At 1934 2 train, I'm just gonna have you taken out of service here. Thank you. Have a good night. All right, 1942 at 14th Street. You're moving out. Your next call back. You're doing a battery run at 34th Street Penn Station. Going straight to 34. Skip 18, 23, 28.
Battery run to 34. Copy.
1957-1, calling back at 86th Street.
86 for the 1957 1 train. That is a copy. Proceed to 96.
Edward.
96th Street Broadway, sorry for the late call. 1926.
And 26, 96 as a copy. Your next callback to your next stop, Central Park North.
Copy for Central Park North.
031 is at 79th.
79th at 2003, that is a copy. Proceed to 86.
10-4.
1945, 1 train calling back 168.
168 for the 1945 1 train, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Dykeman Street.
Copy, Dykeman.
2009 1 train, you may proceed into 14th Street with caution, max speed 15.
Calling back at 157.
1951 1 train, 157th Street, that is a copy. Your next callback 191st Street.
Copy from 191.
Street.
2009 1 train at 14th Street, that is a copy. I'm going to hold you there until the train in front of you falls back at 34, so I'm not holding you the entire way through.
031 is at 86.
1 train 86, that is a copy. You may proceed to your next stop, 96.
10-4.
This is the 1957-1 calling at 96, punching for Broadway.
7196, that is a copy. Your next callback is 116th Columbia University.
Edward.
One is at 96.
96 as a copy. I'm holding you there. There is a train less than 1 stop in front of you.
10-4.
$1942 train calling back at 34th Street.
1942 2 train at Penn Station, that is a copy. You resume your normal service. Your next callback will be 72nd Street.
72nd Street, copy.
2009 1 train holding at 14th Street. Thank you for your patience. Your next callback, Times Square 42nd.
Central Park North, 110, 1926.
Train Central Park North, that is a copy. Your next callback, 135.
135.
At 2003 1 train, you may depart 96. Your next callback is Cathedral Parkway, 110.
10-4.
45 1 train coming back at Dykeman.
1945, one train Dykeman as a copy. Your next callback will be Marble Hill 225th.
Copy, 225.
Calling back at 191st Street, 191.
191st Street for the 1951 one train. That is a copy. Your next callback is 207th.
Copy for 207.
Nineteen 57-1, calling back at 116.
271 train 116th. That is a copy. Your next callback will be 137 City College.
10-4.
This to the 1910-2 train at Gun Hill Road.
Gun Hill Road, that is a copy. Your next callback will be Nereid Avenue.
Copy for Nareed.
031 is at 110.
31 train Cathedral Parkway, that is a copy. Your next callback at 125th.
10-4.
Calling back at 207.
1951 one train 207th, that is a copy. I'm holding you there because you're less than a station behind the train in front of you.
Copy.
One 135th, 1926.
62 train 135th, that is a copy. Push for Bronx line for your next callback. 3rd Avenue 149.
Copy.
Marble Hill 225th, 45 one train.
1945 one train Marble Hill, that is a copy. You have full lamp to your last stop, Van Courtlandt Park. Callback there.
10-4 for the last stop, Van Courtlandt.
1951 one train holding at 207th. You may proceed your next callback, Marble Hill 225th.
Copy.
This is the 1918-2 calling back at East 180th punch for White Plains Road lineup.
1918 2 train has a copy for East 180th. Your next callback, Gun Hill Road.
That's a copy.
This is 1957-1, calling back at 137 City College.
57-1 at City College is a copy. Your next callback, 168.
10-4. Close enough.
031 is at 125.
2031 train 125, that is a copy. Your next call back will be your next stop, 137 City College.
Times Square.
Times Square 42nd for 2009 one train as a copy. Your next call back, 72nd Street.
So,
Oh, 31 is at 137.
2031 train at City College, that is a copy. I'm going to hold you there for a minute to give the train in front of you some room.
10-4.
Calling back at Marble Hill 225th.
Hill to 25th for the 951 one train, that is a copy. A full line to your last stop, Van Courtlandt Park-242nd. Call back there.
Copy.
1910 2 train, Narita Avenue.
At the 1942 72nd, that is a copy. Your next call back, 96.
96, copy.
1910 2 train at Marie, that is a copy. Call back your next and last stop, Wayfield 241st.
3rd
Copy,
Avenue, 149,
Wakefield.
26.
26 2 train, 3rd Avenue 149, that is a copy. Push the local line via full line to East 180th. Call back there.
Copy 180th.
Okay, 2003 one train, you can depart City College. Your next call back is 168.
10-4.
Nineteen 45 one train is terminated at Van Courtlandt Park 246.
1945 1 Van Courtlandt Park, that is a copy. You can discharge your passengers. Terminate your train. Thank you for your service. Have a
That's a copy, you too.